Did you know that the time you take a bath can be dangerous? For many seniors over 70, it's a scary fact, but it's true. And I'm going to tell you why. Every year, thousands of people over 70 die because they take a bath during this time. It's the #1 cause of death in this age group. And it happens when you least expect it. In fact, just last week, a woman in Florida died after taking a bath. She was only 72 years old. Or take, for example, the case of a man in Texas. He was 78 years old and he died the same way. So what exactly is the problem? The problem is that when you take a bath, especially if you're not careful, you can lose your balance and fall. And if you fall, you can hit your head and bleed. And if you're alone, no one may find you for hours. That's why it's important to never take a bath after 7 p.m. or before 7 a.m. Those are the deadliest times. Instead, try to bathe earlier in the evening or later in the morning. That way, you'll be safer. This is the heartbreaking story of Mr. John Miller. Mr. Miller was a healthy 75-year-old man who lived alone in a suburban house near Boston. He exercised regularly, ate healthy foods, and attended regular health checkups. He was very proud of himself for taking such good care of himself. But one morning, his daughter Sarah found him unconscious on the bathroom floor. It turned out that Mr. Miller had bathed between 4 o'clock and 8 a.m., which experts say is the most dangerous time for seniors to bathe, because it's when the body's self-regulation shuts down, making it harder to control blood pressure. And since bathing in hot water can put a lot of stress on the heart, it can increase the risk of a heart attack by 80%. And that's exactly what happened to Mr. Miller. He suffered a fatal heart attack and died. Now, this is a tragic story, but it's also a story that needs to be told so that other people don't die the same way. That's why I am asking you to share this post with your friends and family so they can be aware of the dangers of bathing during the deadly bathing window. Remember, it's not just the elderly who are at risk. Anyone over the age of 70 needs to be aware of this. A 72-year-old woman in New York retired from teaching. She loved to take a bath every morning at 6 a.m. But one morning, she felt dizzy, fell and fractured her hip. She spent several weeks in the hospital. The doctors told her that bathing too early was the reason for her accident. After 70, our nervous system, circulation, and blood pressure are not stable in the morning. So taking a bath too early can be dangerous. The best time to bathe is between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. when the body is fully alert. Please write this down and put it on your bathroom mirror. Safe bathing time, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Are you willing to make this small change to protect your health or even your life? Our body temperature regulation declines after 70. This is why a hot shower feels comfortable in the morning. Now you feel dizzy. According to the Journal of Geriatric Medicine, a hot water bath can shock the cardiovascular system, especially in the morning when the body's core temperature is at its lowest. Many seniors can't handle this sudden temperature change. This is not a morning routine. Mr. Robert Johnson, 83, retired accountant, suffered a near-fatal arrhythmia after his usual early morning hot shower. Doctors explained that the combination of the early morning timing and the hot water created a dangerous shock to his cardiovascular system, a completely preventable incident if he just adjusted his habits. And he did. He lowered the water temperature to 35-38 degrees Celsius, 95-100 degrees Fahrenheit. And he also installed anti-scalding devices on all the bathroom faucets in his house. He got these installed today. It was a small investment that saved his life. And if you need help installing them, ask your children, your neighbors, or a handyman. It doesn't cost much, and it can save a life. Many seniors take blood pressure medication, and this is a big risk. You see, many of these drugs peak in the early morning, and that's when your blood pressure is naturally lower in the morning. So what happens if you take these medications immediately upon waking up and then you decide to bathe? Well, you're combining two blood pressure drops. one from the medication and another from the bath, which can drastically reduce cerebral blood flow and increase your risk of fainting. And as Dr. Michael Ramin, Director of Geriatric Cardiology at Mayo Clinic, explains, falling in the bathroom can be extremely serious. Mrs. Nancy Thompson, 76, often felt dizzy after her morning baths. And after speaking with her doctor, she learned that taking her medication immediately upon waking and bathing at 7 a.m. created a perfect storm for falls. So she changed her routine. She shifted her bath to mid-morning, and she also made sure to separate bathing from her medication by at least 3 hours. 4. Bathroom hazards. Bathroom falls are more likely early in the morning because as we age, our visual perception in low light drops by up to 60%, according to research from the U.S. National Institute on Aging. And Mr. Henry White, 81, fell on a wet bathroom floor at 5:30 a.m. He fractured his hip and lost his mobility. So install motion sensor lights and use anti-slip mats with high contrast colors. It's an easy and cheap fix that can save you from a nasty fall. 5. Morning dehydration. Seniors are more likely to be dehydrated in the morning, which can make you feel dizzy and increase your risk of falling by up to 70%. And Mr. William Parker, 77, would get dizzy in the morning when taking a hot shower, but he found that drinking a glass of water 15 minutes before bathing would completely resolve the problem. 6. Emergency response. Falling early in the morning means that you're less likely to be found in time. And according to Dr. Emily Rodrigue, an emergency physician, the golden hour response is critical. But seniors who fall early often wait hours for help, which can lead to severe complications. So install a waterproof emergency call button and schedule regular check-ins with your family or neighbors, especially if you have to bathe early. 7. Cognitive decline. Our brain function is least effective from 4 o'clock to 8 a.m. Our reaction speed and decision-making abilities drop by up to 30%. 79-year-old Mr. Michael Davis accidentally scalded himself in a 6 a.m. shower. He was not fully awake and did not hear the water running. As we age, our brains require more and more supervision. What can we do to prevent this from happening to our loved ones? First, establish a fixed bath time between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Use bath timers with alarms. And avoid bathing from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. unless someone is there to assist. After 70, entering the bathroom is no longer just a routine. It's a silent battle with aging, blood pressure, temperature regulation, and declining reflexes. But even small changes can make a big difference. So for Mr. Davis, we recommend moving his bath time to between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Drink water before bathing to help your body adjust to the temperature. Install anti-slip mats, motion sensor lights, and an emergency call button. Also, separate your medication from bathing by 2 to 3 hours. Share this information with your friends and family so they, too, can enjoy a safe and happy golden age. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We wish you all a life of health, independence, and happiness.